our faith. But Honorable Cheptumo was the same as a politician, as the same as a Christian. He radiated his faith even when he was in politics. In fact, in politics, maybe I should not say much, but in politics, when you are hanging around with colleagues, there is something that the Bible calls vain talk. That, you know, people say so many kind of things. But Cheptumo always set himself apart as a Christian and as a leader. Cheptumo, even when I joined politics in 2013 and we started together, I was really surprised, as Aaron has said, about his humility. In fact, I was asking the wife, why is Cheptumo being called Kiror? Because it looks like completely a Marakwet language, a Marakwet name. And I realized Cheptumo was born in a corner of Tiatich. Cheptumo would pass for a Pokot, Cheptumo would pass for a Naror, and Cheptumo would pass for a Marakwet. In one of the meetings that he came to speak to us in Kapsawar Ward, we were with Kisang and we were with Kangogo. He spoke in one of the Arambes, and we all cried. Because when he narrated his story and what happened through his life, for him to be able to go to school, you see a man who had utmost determination. And I agree with his son when he says that he would always tell you, you can be what you want to be. In fact, Cheptumo was a big dreamer, and he never believed that when you set your eyes on something, you can fail. Cheptumo was a uniting factor in that region. The leaders from Baringo will agree with me that Honorable Cheptumo who again in Baringo County would go to Tiatich constituency and come to Baringo South and come to the other constituencies without having much problem. He was acceptable in the entire communities that lived in his county. He was a singer. He loved singing. I will not tell you that he had a very good voice, but when he sang the old songs, it sounded to me that he had a very good voice. I don't know about these other songs, but when he went to the village there, we were in Tangul Bay with him barely 2 years ago. And when he sang in Pokot, the whole crowd stood up to sing with him. He was such a very wonderful man, a good friend. I served with him in the Senate for 2 months when we were elected in 2022, before I got the opportunity to serve in this position. And I will forever be grateful that he was the person I looked up to. He was my friend. He was close to me. He was my advisor. When I went home in December to go and condole with him, to go and see him, the family, I thought, I didn't know it was that serious. When I went to see him, I think it was 19th of December, I could see, because I had not seen him for some days, that it was a bit serious. But for Cheptumo, he was telling me, no, it's just a small thing. He tells me, no, it's because I have a small issue with some cloth somewhere that is delaying a small procedure that will be done. I'll be up and about in this January, and I can't wait to come and serve with you in the Ministry of Interior. And then he forgot about himself. Started talking about Baringo County, Elgeyo Marakwet, West Pokot, peace efforts that we were doing in that area. And I can tell you, we spent about 1 hour with him. We walked out around the compound, and you saw the very, 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 he loved people. He loved his job. He loved his people. And so we will miss Cheptumo. But what's important for us who are in leadership is to copy his example. Not just to say it here, but to become real, true peacemakers. I believe that the legacy he has left behind, the efforts he put to make sure that there is peace in Kerio Valley shall be fulfilled in our time. And I believe that even as we have now, we've reduced the acts of banditry by almost 70% last 2 years. I believe the remaining 30%, I will play a role with others to make sure that we get rid of this problem of banditry from our midst. I believe also that if we were going to, all of us, do whatever job we are given, however small it is, without bothering whether you are the big man or the small man, without worrying about upper house or lower house. If we do our every given responsibility, however small it is, with all our heart, I believe that God will turn it to become a blessing to others. And as the pastor said, like Martin Luther King Jr. said, I see the promised land. I may not, like he said, I may not be there, but I believe that you will be there. Cheptumo saw the promised land. He saw a peaceful country. He saw a more united country. He saw a better managed devolved units. And he may not be there with us, but I believe that if we continue working hard in our, I wish the family the very best. I believe we pray for you. I believe that this legacy will live on. I agree entirely with the pastor who said he saw leadership in Andrew, and I saw it when he was in high school, and I believe that Andrew, in years to come, will also be the kind of leader that his father was in whichever place and whatever area he is going to serve. I know many people just see leadership, they see politics. That he has grown leaders like his children, and they're leaders in their own right. To have this kind of confidence that all these children, Anthony, Jean, Andrew, it's unbelievable. And thank you, Mom, for being that strong. It actually encourages us to know that if you are in Jesus, you mourn differently because you have hope in Christ. With those men, I think we did not recognize our governor. The governor of Baringo is here with us. Let me give the governor 1 minute to say something. And the governor, please, come and say something and welcome the speaker. Karibu. And before the governor... Yes. Is there any person from national government, PSS, MDs who are here? Just stand up. Sorry for that. We have our Solicitor General, SG Mose. We have PS. SG Mose, you must have been the same class or around the same time. Yes, the same class, I remember. And then PS Pelio. We have Veska here. We have directors who are here from parastatals, and I will tell them to sit. Thank you very much. Former MPs, that's why I didn't mention your names, the ones who are standing, former MPs. There are former MPs who served with Cheptumo, and you can see them here. They were very good friends of Cheptumo. Very, very good friends of Cheptumo. And I want to start with Honorable Kamama here, who is here. Honorable Sudi from Marakwet West, the senior Sudi. Honorable Mwaita from Baringo Central. Honorable Naomi Naomi Shaban, sorry. Naomi Shaban from Taita Taveta. Commissioner Meso, thank you very much. Honorable Commissioner Meso. Honorable Kiptanui was very, very close to Cheptumo. And they came to Parliament together. And when I see him, I'm very happy. And Omingo Magara, sorry. No, I was coming to you, sorry. Omingo Magara is here, Honorable Omingo Magara, and Honorable Daniel Ron. I didn't want to say the other name, to go Nairobi, who was also very close to. Sorry, I didn't see Honorable Grace Kiptui is also here. We were elected together to Parliament at the same time with Grace Kiptui. Thank you very much. I'll now welcome. Oh, Honorable Marir Moi is sitting behind there. He's a member of this church. I'd like to welcome now Governor. Please proceed and welcome the speaker.
Thank you very much, our CS, Honorable Murkomen. I have been given 1 minute and I'll be able to try to stick to that. But before I speak, I would like to ask our team from Baringo County, led by Deputy Governor, just to stand up. That's our Deputy Governor, our Speaker of the County Assembly, Honorable Vincent, and all MCAs who are here, and the leadership who has come from Baringo County. Let me take this opportunity, first of all, to condole with the family of Mheshimiwa Cheptumo. We have come to mourn with you And we pray that God gives you strength during this time. And because of time, I also want to thank all the leadership who have come here, starting with my former colleague and the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Kingi, the leader of majority of Senate, and the leader, the CS who has just spoken before us, and all the members of Parliament and Senate and the church for hosting us during this time that we, the people of Baringo, are mourning the loss of our beloved leader. In a nutshell, what has been said has touched us. And I would like to say that Mheshimiwa Cheptumo, like has been said, was indeed a paragon of humility and a peacemaker in our county. He was our senator, and we worked together seamlessly. I think he's one of the very few senators who has never had any point of saying anything negative about Baringo County, except, of course, to counsel and guide us on what we should do to do things right. His commitment to peace was unparalleled. They say, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. I think that is in the book of Matthew. That was Cheptumo for you. All the things that he has done for us as a nation, as a county, as a constituency, can be put together into that last sentence. Every time you meet him, he will use one word. My brother. Anybody, my brother, my sister. That word was never out of it. And what has been said by the church is indeed true. What has been said by all that have spoken earlier on, I want to applaud all of you. Let me end at that and invite you to come and share with us his last respects on fast. Baringo County is not very near here. It is well over 300 kilometers. The place of where to rest or to inter him will be in Bartabwa, just next to his home. It will be in Bartabwa Secondary School, where the service will be. Thereafter, his body would be laid to rest in his own home in Bartabwa. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Pikia Makofi, Governor. I forgot a very important message that was left behind by the head of public service because of exigencies of duty. He had to leave, but he was with us in the most part of the service, and he sends his greetings, and I'm sure he will be with us on Saturday. Okay, sorry, I also forgot to recognize other leaders here. We have former PSS who are here. Please stand. Former PSS who are here. Yes, former PS is here. And then we have, is he here? Thank you very much, Governor. Bungei. Yes, okay. Well, you meant that Bungei. If you had told me, I would not recognize him. He's still serving, he's not a former. And then we have former CS, Honorable Chelugui. Thank you very much, Waziri. And then we have Joshua Kulei, who is here. You don't need to say anything about Joshua, you just need to mention his name. Even Joshua Kulei is also here. Thank you very much. When we were elected in 2022, I voted for a speaker. So the speaker is also my speaker. It's now we voted together with Cheptumo and the team. It is now my greatest honor and pleasure to invite the Speaker of the Senate to come and give his condolence message end this very important session. Welcome, Mr. Speaker, sir. Karibu sana, who is also my senior in the legal profession. Thank you.
Very senior. The family of our fallen brother, led by Mama Anna, Anthony, Jean, and Andrew, the clergy, our political leaders. On behalf of the Senate, and my own behalf, we are here to condole with the family of our brother. At the Senate, we are not just a house of parliament, we are a family. We go beyond the traditional roles of legislation, oversight, and representation. We've added unto ourselves another role. Each one of us at the Senate is a brother's keeper and a sister's keeper. And that runs from the speaker right all the way to the tea girl. And therefore, the pain of one of us and their family is the pain of the Senate as a family. And the joy of one of us or their family is the joy of the Senate family. And so, as we gather here today, we gather here not just to mourn, but to honor a man whose name was synonymous with humility, wisdom, and self-service. Senator William Cheptumo, CBS. I received the news of his passing on Sunday, 16th of February, 2025. It came with a deep shock, and the weight of his absence is still heavy in our hearts. Today, as we pay tribute to him, we remember a patriot, a diligent public servant, and a leader who devoted his life to uplifting the people of Baringo County and Kenya at large. I first met Cheptumo, then a member of parliament, in January 2008. Both of us had just been elected during the December 2007 elections. But then I had been elected as a member representing Magarini constituency, and he came into the National Assembly as an MP. It was during that time that he was elected, or he was appointed as the Assistant Minister in the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, when I was appointed the Minister in charge of East African Community Affairs. And therefore, beyond being legislators, we both served in the Kibaki, do I call it broad-based? It was called Nusumkate government. At the Senate, I had the privilege of working very closely with Senator Cheptumo, where his voice carried the weight of experience, wisdom, and reason. Whether on the floor of the House, in the committee deliberations, or during informal engagements, he was always calm amidst the storm. Even in heated debates, he never raised his voice unnecessarily. The only time he would appear agitated are the instances that the majority leader has already alluded to. He simply raised his argument. He believed in dialogue, in finding solutions rather than dwelling on problems, and in forging consensus for the greater good of our country. Now, for those of you who follow Senate proceedings, you'll agree with me that the Senate is a smorgasbord. It's a buffet and a cocktail of different characters and temperaments, ranging from calm, moderate, to the live wire. Certainly, Senator Cheptumo belonged to the category I would describe as calm. let me not describe the remaining senators. But through public participation, allow me or help me to categorize the senator for Nandi and the senator for Nairobi. That you can categorize them yourselves. Many times, I would watch him step into the chamber. His characteristic humility, evident in his measured steps, and a warm smile. No matter the gravity of the matter at hand, he was never one to seek the limelight. He spoke not to impress, but to guide. His legal mind was sharp, but his heart was even greater. The Standing Committee on National Security and Defense and Foreign Relations, Senator Cheptumo carried out his duties with unmatched dedication. I recall how passionately he advocated for the well-being of the police officers and victims of banditry, always reminding us that security was not just about policies, but about human lives. Beyond the walls of Parliament, Senator Cheptumo was a leader who genuinely cared about people. The stories of acts of kindness and his mentorship to young people and leaders will remain part of his enduring legacy. He was never too busy to listen, never too important to help. The people of Baringo indeed knew him as a leader who walked with them, sat with them, and understood their struggles. His contributions in improving access to education, expanding electricity connectivity, and pushing for better infrastructure were not just political commitments, they were personal missions. To the family of our dear colleague, we share in your sorrow, but we also celebrate the life of a man who gave his all. The hills of Bartwaba have lost a son, but Kenya has gained a legacy. As we bid farewell to Senator William Cheptumo, let us honor his memory by embracing the virtue he stood for, namely humility, integrity, and service to humanity. Rest in peace, our dear brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think up to that level, probably we'll want to tumpigie makofi senator wetu, tumpigie makofi speaker wetu, piga makofi vizuri. Asanteni sana. Thank you. I believe